Welcome, everyone, to an exciting broadcast sports. Some great action in store. Young players on the hardwood. This is Kevin Anthony. It's the Texas Longhorns.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
Now let's take a look at the Longhorns' opening lineup. They've got Doherty. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then it's Turner. And it's Ford in at the power forwards position.
I think it's safe to say that the most notable Longhorn of all time is Kevin Durant. Only spent 1 year there, but that's all the time he needed to leave his mark on the program.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And guys, over the years, Louisville has had a reputation of being a high-flying offense. You know they'll play at a high tempo and create a lot of chances. It's just what has worked for the program for so long.
To the middle, here's Turner. The basket good off the assist from Ford.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Well, Greg, you said it moments ago, Louisville, a team that can get up and down the floor with great ease on both ends. They like to be Clark the aggressor in every situation.
Well, Kevin, you're right. They've always been able to recruit tremendous talent. Not only skilled, but athletic players, too. And it's hard to think of a Louisville team that doesn't get up and down quickly.
Pass to Ellis. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Ellis has got his first points of the game. Outside, White. High post, Walton. Connects on the foul line jumper.
Wow. What a first half it's been thus far here for Freak. This is why so many think he'll be a star at the next level.
And you can take all the measurements and do all the data analytics you want to, but all it takes is one half of watching Freak play when he's hot like this to know stardom is in his future.
Fires from 14. And again, it's Louisville converting.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Edwards passes to Ellis. Tipped away. Here's Walton, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Walton, he's in at shooting guard. White is out there with Harrell, and it's Mack in at the 5 down low. Now here's Ellis. Edwards. For the 3. That's good. That's 7 points for Ellis. The Texas Longhorns have been building their basketball program over the years. They have been on the verge of greatness for a long time.
I think Texas in general is very decorated in its athletics program. I mean, still looking for their first college basketball championship on the men's side is what they're reaching for.
And for Texas, Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then it's Turner. Then there's Doherty, and it's Ford in at the power forward. And for Louisville, Walton in at shooting guard. Harrell is out there with White. And it's Mack in at the center. Here's Doherty. Again, Doherty with the miss.
And while the Longhorns don't have any college titles in men's basketball, they have yet to even make it to the final game of the tournament. You get the feeling it's just a matter of time.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Here is Edwards. Feeds it to Ford. Fades, and that one hits back iron.
Well, you know, the Longhorns have won a lot of conference titles over the years. Their conference isn't known as a basketball power, though. The school loves their athletics, and they are intent on having a strong basketball team.
No doubt one of the most highly touted players on the floor is Freak. His abilities out on the wing are just phenomenal, and he is one of the few players that can dominate from that position.
And Greg, it takes a special talent to be able to control the game from the perimeter, but Freak is that kind of player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many different ways when he's left one-on-one with the defender, and he's comfortable pulling up or attacking the basket.
Both teams will make substitutions. .111 left here in the first half. Rush's shot is off.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Texas trails by 6. And Blair kicks to Rush. Blair against Price. Dishes it to Warwick. Passes it to Hudson. A baseline J, and that one's good.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Cardinals leading by 4. Lets it go from deep. It falls. And 3 more from Walton. Walton's got 21 in the game.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Richmond with the bucket.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Price dishes to Walton. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. And here's Blair. Here's Rush. And again, it's Texas converting. Hughes. And so it's a close game as we... And we welcome on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunity.
On the court for the Longhorns, they've got Edwards. Also Ellis out there. Turner is out there with Doherty. And it's Ford in at the 4.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak. And he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And the basket by Walton.
Well, guys, for Louisville in the last decade or so, it's been a bit of a renaissance in basketball. A title in 2013 gives them 3 total now. One of the premier programs in the country for sure.
Here is Edwards. Ellis outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Greg, Louisville with 3 college national championships. The first 2 coming in the 80s. Their coach then, Denny Crum.
Yeah, they won 2 back in 80 and then also 86. The program hasn't had a lot of coaching changes. Almost everyone who leads the program stays on for a long time.
So both teams changing it up here. He's off on the second. The Louisville Cardinals have had a real strong run lately in college hoops, Clark. Even after changing conferences a few years back, they continue to shine.
You know, and nobody knew, Kevin, just how they would fare in the new and stronger conference, but it's been winning as usual for the Cardinals.
Edwards passes to Thornton. Got a piece of it. Walton with the ball. He's got 24. Odom kicks to Walton from deep. Walton with another miss.
And one thing that Louisville has is a very good track record of always remaining in the title picture. More often than not, they are considered to have as good a shot as any of winning the tournament. They are truly a college hoops powerhouse.
Now Edwards, following the three-point attempt by Freak. Steps back and fires. Misses off the left iron. Louisville leading by 5. Good as the jump shot falls. Walton's got 26.
And Louisville does it with team basketball. I mean, they have their share of players that went on to the NBA. Gorgui Dieng and Earl Clark come to mind recently. But overall, this is a program that relies on the sum of the whole being greater than the individual parts.
And it's a completely new group for Texas. Now Blair. Richmond kicks to Blair. He feeds it to Hudson. Longhorns passing it around. Here's Rush. Hughes covering. Richmond dishes to Rush, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first. It's a completely new group for the Cardinals. Davis is checked in for Texas. Ellis comes in for Richmond.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Walt in a 2-guard. White is out there with Harrell, and it's Mack in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shot is off, and it's Louisville the other way. .137 left to play here in the second half. And the basket by Walton.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
.130 left in the second half. There's the pass to Hudson. Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds. Longhorns ball as Texas keeps possession. Ellis, the pass to Doherty. Down low. That one's good, and the Cardinal lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Hudson.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Walton inside, working on Ellis.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
And they're running. Here's Rozier, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Cardinals.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Freak. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
From past the arc. Here's Mack with a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Yeah, might as well tack on a few more points to the lead, I guess. This is going to be a dominant win for them.
That's the right word for it, Greg. Dominant. This one was as one-sided as we've seen in a while.
Here's Hudson, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 27 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Here's Walton, sinks the triple. Walton's got 34.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up, crash the glass.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be infinite, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it.
Hi, everyone. A pleasure to have you join us here tonight. College basketball is in the air, and we are right in the midst of all the action. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Louisville Cardinals and the Michigan Wolverines.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the court right now for the Cardinals, Walton, he's in at shooting guard. White is out there with Harrell, and it's Mack in at center.
Guys, it's almost impossible to think about Michigan basketball and not think of the Fab Five. I mean, one of the most storied recruiting classes ever. They were dominant in their tenure here at Michigan.
Here's Walton. Walton with another miss.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
And Michigan has possession. Crawford with another miss. Here's Rozier. Here's Walton. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Screen by Smith. Jones with it. Fades away. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Walton with the ball. And Crawford picks him up defensively. The dish to Mack. Back to Walton. And Jones pulls it down.
High quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
The Wolverines shooting their first free throws of this game.
At the line for Michigan.
And the free throw, no good.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Now Price. Pass to Walton. The 3. And he gets the bucket. Walton's got 6.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Stevenson outside. Walton against Knight. Elbow shot. The shot is off. Now Louisville takes it the other way. Out to the right wing. Here's Walton. Walton with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Ellis with the screen for Stevenson. They set the pick. Knight kicks to Jefferson. He used that pick to get in close.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
We've got Ellis. Jefferson is out there with Taylor, and it's Knight in at the shooting guard position.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And for Louisville, Walton in at 2 guard. Thomas is out there with Payton. Then there's Price, and it's Hughes in at the 3 spot. Teams changing it up here. Here's Jones. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Pass to Hughes. Walton against Banks. There's the screen. And again for 3. The basket is good from Walton. Walton's got 12.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
And that one's good. Jones has got his second basket.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Now, here's Walton. He's got 12. Walton with another miss. Michigan with the ball, trailing by 2. Jones, no one around him. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Passes it to Hughes. To the middle, here's Walton. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Banks kicks to Cunningham. Inside. Here's Jones. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Jones has got 7.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
.104 left in the first half. Rozier the pass to Walton. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by Smith. Michigan with the ball. It's Jones on the wing. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. Some good
2 shots.
And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunities.
Ellis is out there with Jones. Then there's Flash. Then it's Smith. And it's Crawford at 2 guard. And for Louisville, Walton in at shooting guard. Harrell is out there with White. And it's Mack in at the center, locking down the middle.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
We've got Flash. Ellis is out there with Smith. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford at the 2. And for Louisville, Walton. He's in at shooting guard. White is out there with Harrell. And it's Rozier in at the point. Here's Ellis. Cans the shot from the wing. Ellis has got it all tied up now for the Wolverines. Kicks it to Walton. A 3-ball. And again, it's Louisville from deep.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Outside, White. He feeds it to Walton. Takes a 3. And that one's good. Now it's a 6-point Cardinal lead.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc. And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now, because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Here's Flash, guarded by Price. Taylor against Thomas. Baseline try. That one's good, and the Cardinal lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Taylor.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Walton. And again, it's Louisville from deep.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
And it's Wright missing.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And here is Knight. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Jones has it in the corner. And the 3 off target. And here are the Cardinals. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Walton kicks to Price. Back to Walton. That's in, coming off an assist from Price. That's 28 points for Freak.
Well, he scored over half of their points so far. That's a major contribution.
Outside Knight. Dishes it to Taylor. Deflects the pass. Price with the steal. Taylor is out there with Wright. Then it's Jones. Then there's Flash. And it's Knight in at the 2-guard spot. And he nails it. The 3-pointer falls from Walton. Walton's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And these are exactly the kinds of performances that have people looking at Freak like he's the next big thing.
And with his team up, he knows that blood is in the water. I'm guessing he'll continue to press and look to carry the team on his back. This is a performance that will help define his college career.
So Michigan ends up going with the new group. And here's Smith following the 3-pointer by Freak. The shot is off. Now the Wolverines take it the other way. Now here's Stevenson. He kicks it to Smith. And stolen by White. Stolen by Stevenson. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up. And stolen by White. One-on-one here. Here's Walton. Releases from the wing and drills it. Walton's got 33. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Louisville.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Banks checked in for Michigan. 1:36 left to play here in the second half. Here's Walton. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Freak. He's got 33 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from 3, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
The Wolverines making a switch here. Cunningham's checked in.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very...
Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's the Georgetown Hoyas facing the Louisville Cardinals.
And you know, guys, we go back... many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, Warren is out there with Price, and it's Trice, then there's Hudson, and it's Randolph in at the 2-guard spot. Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long, really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. They've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
I love that sound.
And for the Hoyas, they really are one of the defining members of their conference. Hard to think about hoops in the Washington, D.C. area without thinking about the Hoyas. The blue and gray they wear is really just iconic.
To the inside, Warren, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw off the floor after that one, guys.
Now here's White. And the basket by Walton. Walton's got 8 points.
And you know, the Hoyas only have one college tournament title in their history. They won it all in 1984 and then returned in '85 to the title game only to be upset by Villanova. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Harkless. Outside Wilson. Here's Hodges. And the rebound goes to Louisville. Here's Walton. Payton outside on the wing. Hughes. Here's Walton. And another three for Louisville.
Wow. What a first half it's been thus far here for Freak. This is why so many think he'll be a star at the next level.
And you can take all the measurements and do all the data analytics you want to, but all it takes is one half of watching Freak play when he's hot like this to know stardom is in his future.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Here's Wilson. Off target from three-point range. Walton with the ball. The three. It's hauled in by Hodges. Georgetown trails by 5. Walton in at shooting guard. Payton is out there with Thomas. Then there's Price, and it's Hughes in at the 3. There's the pick. In the corner, Felix with it. He tries for 3. No good. And it's Louisville the other way. And for Georgetown, Hodges is out there with Hudson, and it's Wilson in at the shooting guard. Lets it go with the 3. And the basket by Walton. Walton's got 14 points for the game.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And for Louisville, Walton in a 2-guard. Thomas is out there with Payton. Then there's Price, and it's Hughes in at the 3, the small forward. Gonzalez with it, now guarded by Harrell. That is good, and the Louisville lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Warren.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Here's Walton, and another 3 for Louisville.
And you see Freak out there. Nobody is 100% sure what position he'll be best at on the next level, but they know he'll be out on the wing. He looks so comfortable in space.
And with Freak, it's his plethora of moves that really impress me. He can create a shot in space anywhere and anytime. He's got a really good sense of how to operate from the wing. Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Again, the Cardinals score.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now, here's Trice, guarded by Odom. They set the pick. Trice kicks to Joseph. Shot from 12. And it's White with the rebound. Louisville leading by 9. Out of bounds, Georgetown takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Hello, welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, they've got Warren, also Hudson out there. Price is out there with Trice, and it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position. And a wide open look for Freak. It's good from long range. Walton's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Cardinals. Georgetown trails by 16. Now here's Trice. To the wing on the left. Hudson kicks to Warren. They grab their own miss. Trice. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. The Hoyas shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Here's Rozier. Now Walt launches a three. It's hauled in by Warren.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
The kick out to Walton. Stolen by Randolph. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. It's really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Trice with it, and it's Odom picking him up. Trice kicks to Warren. Cannot hit, and it's Louisville the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Walton with another miss. Georgetown trails by 13. Now the pass to Gonzalez. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And Walton throws it down.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court. Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
And it's a completely new group here for the Hoyas. There's a screen. Here's Harkless, and he gets it to go.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
And here is Walton. 27 points for him. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Walton's got 10 points in just the second half. Georgetown trails by 16. Walton, he's in at point guard. Payton is out there with Thomas. Then there's Sanders. And it's Hughes in at the small forward spot. Wilson the pass to Hodges. From 8. It's rebounded by Louisville.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Sanders dishes to Walton. And it's off from three-point range. Wilson into the lane. Sanders with the steal. Hughes kicks to Walton. Sanders against Wilson. Here's Walton, and he's good on the 3-ball. Walton's got 32 points in the game.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the 3-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
He kicks it to Payton. Hughes, the pass to Walton. And here is Hughes. Yep, great play there, set up by Walton.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cardinals.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And he slams it one-handed.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
There's 53 seconds left here in the second half. Harkless kicks to Felix. Shot to stop the drought. That's good.
Cameron Felix. For 3.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Harkless the pass to Wilson. Here's Hodges. And Sanders pulls it down. Out of bounds as Louisville keeps possession.
Yeah, I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live.
And This is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers and Louisville.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. They've got Decker. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Evans in at the 4 spot.
And with any championship game, you know that every player's going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
You know, Wisconsin has not historically had a lot of players in the NBA. That number, however, could be growing in the next few seasons. I mean, they have a few, but for the most part, their winning has come through solid team play.
Here's White.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Here is Hawkins. From 12 feet out, Mack grabs the miss. Greg, I think you were talking about this just a moment ago. We'll be seeing more and more Badgers in the NBA with their recent success. Frank Kaminsky being the most recent NBA product.
And Kaminsky isn't alone. Sam Decker on that squad.
Right.
He'll be coming in. How about John Lure and Greg Stiesma and Devin Harris are all fellow Wisconsin alums. You look at the list and you see a lot of guys who know how to do the little things for a team.
Now here's Wade. No good.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And here is Gibson following the three-pointer by Freak. Hill, no good.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you. Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's Walton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Wisconsin trails by 10. On the court for Louisville, Walton in at shooting guard. Thomas is out there with Payton. Then there's Price. And it's Hughes in at the 3 spot. Walton against Hawkins. Walton with another miss. They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Cardinals leading by 10. No good. Excellent D there from Hill. Thomas with the block. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
So Wisconsin ends up going with the new group. Decker kicks to Payton. Shot from free throw range. Evans. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Evans has got his first points in this one.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And it's Walton missing. Wisconsin trails by 10. To the left wing. Here's Decker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And too long on the shot.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss. And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Here's Payton following the basket by Freak. Payton kicks to Fisher. Puts up a three. No luck. And it's Louisville the other way. Here's Walton. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
So both And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. We've got Kaminsky. Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the power forward.
And, guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And, you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books.
Cardinals leading by 11. Out to the right wing. Here's Walton. Offline with his three. Here's Hawkins, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That's good from Hawkins. And so Hawkins drills both of them.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Price kicks to Walton. With the shot. Walton with another miss.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Wade a screen on Hughes. Up off the screen, and then Wade slams it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Conley gets the bucket.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Hawkins kicks to Wade. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Louisville leading by 5. Good! And it's now 22 points for Freak.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Pass to Hawkins. It's deflected, and he recovers it, and he's able to get it back. And again, it's the Badgers missing. Now the Cardinals moving it up. Here's Walton. Offensive rebound. Launches a three, and the shot is good. Walton's got 25 points in the game.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Walton in at point guard. Russell is out there with Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's early in at the center. Here's Hawkins. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the basket by Walton.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Inside, it's stolen by Early. From 10 feet out, again the Cardinals score.
And with this lead, it looks like they'll hold on for the title. A special moment for everyone on the team. And really, what a year it's been for their star, Freak.
Yeah, very impressive considering everybody pinned their hopes on him to lead the team at the start of the season. And he hasn't disappointed. For all the hype that surrounded him, he lived up to all of it.
Here's Russell. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Cardinals.
You know, with their fast break operation.
And here are the Cardinals. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cardinals.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here's Harrell, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
So it's Louisville now. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds as Louisville keeps possession.
Substitution on the floor.
So Louisville wins it. Such a special moment for these kids. All the hard work they put in, all the pressure, Greg, they've been under all tournament long. This is pure elation. Being able to call themselves now champions.
And Kevin, from the players, the rest of the students watching, I mean, this is something that can never be taken from you. They will always have this moment in history to reflect upon.
And it's such a punishing path to this moment. I mean, you look.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
We met working at the post office together.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select
Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky.
With the second pick in the NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select
D'Angelo Russell
from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Herman Walton from the University of Louisville.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Vibration! Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Ma. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it. DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan.
Matter or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And so, in the game for the 76ers, the lengthy duo of Noel and Embiid down low. Walton is out there with Kendall Marshall, and it's Grant in at the 3 slot. Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
The kick out to Walton. Over Bradley. And that one comes up a bit short.
DJ Khaled. I get it.